Hey everyone, what the fuck is up? I cussed already in 2 seconds in the video. Demonetization gone as if I get paid. I do this for myself and for the few people that actually want to hear my thoughts on stuff. So, this isn't about that. Now, I was supposed to do this video a few days ago, but I've been busy since I got home with work and meeting up with friends, people I haven't seen in like 3 weeks because I was gone. I didn't do anything the week before I went out of town, and then I was gone for like 11 days, and then I didn't see people for the first few days back. And I usually see my friends like once a week, which is awesome. I love to hang out with my friends. So, I tried to just get back on my scheduled routine before I even recorded a video, especially because I know this will be at least an hour long of me talking about every movie that I saw at the South by Southwest 2024 Film Festival, which is, on a technicality, my first film festival I've been to. I've been to some like really small ones that just do student short films around Texas and stuff like that. I went to one or two screenings for DIF, Dallas International Film Festival. I did do like online screenings for A Real Pain this past year from Sundance, and then a few years ago I did it for Judas and the Black Messiah. So I have like done tickets, and I did online South by Southwest I think in 2021 because they did 2 years where they just weren't in person, which makes sense. I understand COVID and all. In 2021 we still weren't really sure. So, but I never really did like a film festival like this. This is a big thing. I've been wanting to go to South by since like 2018, since I really knew like a lot about what it was and how many screenings they got and the people that showed up and the conferences and the music side of things and the food and everyone just hanging out. And I was just like, this just sounds so much fun. I wish I could be a part of this trend. And I was like, holy fuck it, I can get a student discount. I already had a friend say that I could stay at her apartment, so I didn't have to spend a lot of money. And it's just like, oh my god, this is like the perfect time. Let's just do this once. And if I love it enough, maybe like one or two more times in my life. And I loved it so much, I'm like, I want to go next year. The first 3 days of the fest, I wasn't feeling that. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but at a point for sure, like now that I've had time to come home and like relax a bit, definitely glad that I went and would love to go again. So, first things first, I want to give shout outs to a few groups of people. I want to shout out my family. Thank you for pushing me to. They weren't like saying, go, get the fuck out of our house. My mom and dad and shit like that. They were like, no, actually, go enjoy the festival. Have fun. They kept up and track on me every day, made sure I was okay. To make sure I was safe and all that stuff. I was really worried about driving. I never done the drive longer than an hour in any direction on my own. The fact that I was traveling to Austin on my own, and it's like 3 hours away. It was really good to have their backup and their trust in me to get there and come back and all that stuff. And they were really helpful in backing me up and giving me confidence and checking in on me. So like, shout out to my family. Thank you so much. I really did need it, especially the first few days and getting ready for South by for sure. Secondly, shout out Angie, I already mentioned, for letting me crash at her apartment for 11 days, which is a long time. Didn't get my car towed. Fuck yeah, stupid apartment. You fell for the parking pass trick. Uh, inside joke, that is. And then, it's just like, kind of, I can be annoying, I understand. So, like, really shout out Angia for putting up with me for 11 fucking days. I think all my other friends would kill me at that point. So, thank you. I did try to repay her. I got her the South by hat that she really wanted. She wanted this hat. It was like a cream colored hat with like an orange logo. It's really cool. You can probably find the merch online. It was a really nice hat. I even wanted one for myself, but I was like, nah, I'm getting this for Angia. And then I even tried to buy some of her meals when we'd go out at night for food, just so I didn't feel like, complete shit that I was just crashing at her apartment, even though I wasn't like packed on money. I literally had about $550 for my entire 11-day stay in Austin, which was basically like all of it went to food. About 150 went to merch and buying stuff for entertainment and fun, and then the other 400 was like gas and food and water. So actual stuff I needed to get through the festival. Here's my badge, proof I'm not fucking lying, guys. There's my badge. I look so stupid. I love that I used this photo of when I was in Austin with my friend. This is a photo of me like slightly drunk. So very funny that I could get away with a drunk photo for my film badge. It's such a dumb photo. And it was funny whenever like they go up. I know sometimes they say like, oh, if the photo's not great, they'll just like take a photo of you there in person. But they saw my thing. They were like, oh good, you already have a photo. And I was like, fuck. I was really hoping they could say I could take a picture so I could just do like Something like that. Something like a normal photo. Here I just look like buzzed, like I'm about to get killed by someone in front of me. I do have bodies glow sticks though, and there's my buddy David's shoulder right there. So he is a part of my South by experience, truly through and through, that I had to wear this every goddamn day. I do like these lanyards. They're actually really well materialized. Sucks that it's sponsored by Max. Fucking hate Warner Brothers, don't you guys? But yeah, I guess first I want to show off some of the free merch and talk about the stuff that you can do down there. If you get a film badge, and I need a shout out, I was going to shout out one more group actually, it was some YouTubers. Bunch of YouTubers, I got to meet some there that was cool, like YMS, who I didn't get a picture with, but I did talk to. He sat right in front of me, directly in front of me for Civil War, which I think he thought was like an okay film from what I could tell. I'll have to wait to hear his review on it. Maybe he already posted one. I don't think he did. But if he did, someone let me know. What did he say about it? Or I'll watch the review and find out. But I also met Sean Chandler. I did get a picture with him. If I'm editing this, here's that, or I'll throw that photo on at the end. It was cool to meet him. He was really fucking nice. Not shocked. I assumed he would have been nice, but yeah, really nice. And he does like talking movies, because I saw him talking to people anytime I saw him around the festival, going to different screenings and stuff, he was always talking to some group of people. So he definitely was in conversation with people about movies a lot. Fans of the channel, I'm sure, but, talking about movies a lot. Which is cool. I sat, like, in the front row at the Paramount for a few of the screenings, and, like, I think 2 screenings he was in the front row, and that's how I, like, actually met him. I was like, yo, I actually walked past him. Hey, Sean, can I get a photo? I'm a big fan and all that stuff. But the people I really want to shout out, who I did run into multiple times at the festival, I didn't get a picture with them, and I should have, because I do love these guys. The Intercut Podcast guys, Zach and Art, also, they always feature Amanda the Jedi, who I probably bigger, you probably know Amanda the Jedi, but they're really cool people. It was fucking dope to run into them. I got to take a photo for them of them at the Idea View premiere, and like shout out to them. They gave me like pop-up spots to go to restaurants to. They did a video where they were going over the lineup of the films that were set for South by Southwest, and that was like giving me like insight into some films that I might have like diminished or not thought of going to. Just in general, they were like really cool on the videos, and I was like, yeah, they seem like really nice guys, and I became a fan quickly, and I've watched a lot of their videos and podcasts now, and I keep up with it, and they're awesome. So you should check out the Intercut guys, but they let me know about the Express Pass, which you need if you're gonna get a film badge. If you want to get into some of those big movies, get on the app and mash the fuck out of that button and hope it doesn't crash on you, because that's how you get into movies without having to wait 4.5 hours in line for the Fall Guy. If you weren't in line for the Fall Guy for at least 3.5 hours, you probably didn't get in. I know someone who said I was in line for almost like nearly 3 hours, like just under by a minute or two, and they didn't get in. My friend Tavo didn't get his pass, his express pass for the film, for the Fall Guy, and he barely fucking got in. So yeah, and he was in line for about 3 hours and 20 minutes or so. He just barely was like one of the last 100 to get in. So just letting you know, Express Pass helps a lot, and thank God they mentioned it and how it worked, because otherwise I might have missed it in like emails and stuff, not knowing about it. Do your research on South by. If you really want a good research, especially for the film side of it, watch either of their 2023 or this year's recap videos, or when they do a video, say next year, for whenever they do like their 2025 South by Southwest films they're looking forward to video, like stuff they're excited about, they talk and give tips for beginners and people going and people who have experience but might not know about a few things. Shout out the Intercut Podcast guys, like fucking awesome. They was cool to meet them. If I see them next year, I will ask for a photo, because they were really nice people. So yeah, now that I've shouted out people, I guess I'll show off all this free merch and then stuff that I actually paid for merch really quick, and then we'll get to the movie portion, which I will put if you... I should have said this at the beginning of the video, like, hey, if you want to just skip to the movie point... Actually, probably at the beginning of the video, I will put, like... You probably already saw it, like, movies, talking at this point. So if you want to just see my reviews and hear me rank and review the 24 movies that I got to see during South by Southwest, that'll appear at the beginning of the video, and I guess I'll also throw it up here. This is the time code. Fucking go to this point if you want to hear me talk about movies and not this stuff. So I guess I just randomly go through it. Whatever's closest to me, I'll do. Actually, I'll do the merch I paid for. Stuff that I actually spent money on. One, I told you I bought Angie's hat, and when I bought her hat, I was also like, I want to get another thing for myself. And I was like, this is a simple thing, like a gimmicky thing, but I can display it in my room. It's pretty cool. It's a light cube. Guys, it's a light cube. It glows. That's it. That's it. And I honestly want to get 3 more of these so I can have an arrow pointing in like each direction like this, and I could stack them. You know what I mean? That would be cool. Maybe the next year, and it's not just red. It's like different colors and stuff, and then it has like the changing mode like right here. So it's pretty nice. In the dark, it looks really good. I have like a lot of lights on around me right now, so the lighting of this doesn't look total shit. You can see most of the light is like right here, shining off that Mario. I have a Donkey Kong sticker wall. I don't know if anyone knew that. But yeah, pretty cool light cube. And then I also purchased some pins. One of them is like a token square rectangle pin, and I know I put it somewhere over here, and now I'm forgetting. I'll show it in a minute. But I did get one of the pins, which I had on my lanyard, but I moved it to my satchel bag full of pins. It's this one right here. It's really nice. I really like that pin. I wish I got like more, like a hat as well, but I ended up just going for like pins and then a single shirt, pretty much. Here's that shirt. This is the film festival shirt, the film and TV festival shirt. It's pretty cool. It has like the South by Southwest thing. It says "Enjoy the show," which is, if you go to the South by Southwest Film Festival, every movie they'll play this ad that has this creature in it, the like part bull, part man riding an armadillo into the film festival for Austin, and then all the movies, short films, and TV shows are titled alphabetically on the back. My plan is to highlight the ones I saw, so it will kind of like show what I experienced that year, and I can do it if I go next year. Then they'll have a shirt just like this, then I can do it then. I actually like the shirt. It's probably my second favorite shirt. I did want another shirt that kind of looked like the logo for the like Maxine, if you know the new X Universe film. It was kind of like a retro purple, orange, and silver logo, and I really wanted that one. But I didn't get any more shirts because I really need to save money. This was $40 alone. This was like 12. The pins were 10 each. I did get the other pin. Where the hell did I put the pin? My dumbass probably put it like completely in an opposite direction part of the room, just assuming that I would remember, and like now I've already forgotten. ADHD people. No, I put it here. Lies. There's my other pin. South by Southwest pin. In focus? Can we get the focus on that a little better? You can tell what it is. Yeah, but I need to think of where to put this one. But it's a nice pin. So, now showing off the free merch. My friend Angia, when she went to see We Were Dangerous, which I didn't see in theaters, but I did get a screening link for. It's the one movie I got to watch on a screening link. They apparently had these bags in all the seats at the screening. Mubi bags. If you haven't heard of Mubi, this is a video sponsored by... No, I wish. Mubi's cool. They have some really good curated classic films and modern day foreign films. A lot of really good stuff. Stuff that if it's probably not on the Criterion channel, the Mubi might actually have it. This is the main logo of the bag. It's just a cute little tote bag. I didn't use it during the fest because my friend Angie asked if I wanted it last minute. So shout out to Angie again. It's a cool little bag. I like it. I like totes. They're fun to have. So that's fucking dope. At least I think it's pretty fucking dope. Now, what else? Oh, Shipped. So they just hand out stuff all the time. You're walking around, guarantee people are going to be throwing you alcohol. They're going to throw you energy drinks. Some places are going to throw you water bottles. You're going to get them at like every corner. As long as you're just walking around the city, anywhere near the Paramount, on 6th Street, 7th Street, 8th Street, whatever the fuck the number of streets are. I don't know, Austin. Anywhere on Congress Avenue, you're just going to get people giving you stuff. And shout out to Shipped for giving out like 2 free water bottles and these fans here. I don't really care about Shipped, but I mean, these actually helped me in line. I was using the fan anytime it got hot or if it was like too humid and muggy outside. So yeah, also I could do like the Mean Girls thing when Damien's like, you know, from the new Mean Girls. That's fucking awesome. Now I have a fan. So that's cool. So it's a stupid, that's cool. The idea of you, they gave out these hair ties, which I'm just now wearing as a wristband, so you guys can know. It says August Moon, Idea of You, coming May 2nd on it. And they give out lanyards that look like if you were going to see August Moon, the fictional band in the movie, live, with a QR code that I believe just takes you to the Amazon Prime page so you can save the film for when it comes out on May 2nd. I originally thought this QR code would like take you to the album, like the songs that August Moon made for the film, like the fake band in the film, the songs they perform. But apparently they will do a soundtrack release of it, so that's cool. So it's like band lanyards if you were going to go watch them at Coachella. In the film, they have lanyards in the film itself that look like this that they were wearing to go watch August Moon. So I guess that's like a cool marketing gimmick thing. I guess I should grab the other thing from it, which they had an actual newspaper stand down the block from the Paramount where they gave out newspapers that take place within the universe of Idea View. It's all stuff about like the band itself and stuff going on in New York at the time and at the new Coachella show from it. You can even see Nicholas Gallison's actual character in like a back and forth messaging group thing in here. I thought that was like funny, and inside of it came a poster. My poster kind of got folded because I didn't really care. But this is what it looks like, August Moon. This actually does show that you can listen to one of the songs from August Moon right now. So if you scan that one, you can actually listen to some music. So that was cool. I liked like little merch gimmicks like that. I thought it was really cool there on the street. My friend Tavo has a crush on some of the people in that film. So he grabbed like fucking 20 of those newspapers. Cuckoo. This was a cool one. It's like a giant magazine with photography done by Felix Dickinson, but all the Polaroids in here, which there are a lot of Polaroids in here, are done by Hunter Schafer herself. She kind of curated, I suppose, this zine or zine. You know how A24 does their zines kind of monthly? So maybe if this film comes out, they'll actually hand out these. There's one of the Polaroid images all the way over here of a switchblade. And it talks about like making the film. I want to find a page with some of the Polaroids because they look really cool. Here's like the main one. I thought this was dope. It's kind of like folded hard to see because I don't want to like rip it open. But yeah, I thought this was really dope that they gave this out. So Hunter Schafer, we love you from Cuckoo. Maybe they'll give these out actually because these were pretty fucking cool. I liked it. I picked up an extra one for my friend. So she could have one. Opening night film Roadhouse, they gave out this dope poster. I saw the Fall Guy, but I didn't get the Fall Guy poster. I walked out and no one was handing them out. I did walk out late because I stayed for the Q&A and stayed really late afterward. So by the time I walked out, I guess the posters could have been gone because I didn't see any more left. But I was kind of bummed because I wanted a poster. LL Bean in the expo had a display. I'm not going to show the poster, but they gave out posters. What is it? This is my film TV thing and the festival map. These actually do help a lot if you are like, fuck, I want to change my schedule a bit because I heard this film wasn't that good and you want to go run to find something else. This really helped, and this map really helped also with like shuttles and stuff and how to get around. So do get these because like honestly the apps are not always reliable. This at least gives you like information on where shuttle should be and at all times. So that's really good, I thought. Den of Geek, they gave this out at Alamo Drafthouse, but I also apparently they were giving that at Violet Crown Theater. I got mine from Alamo Drafthouse. It's about all the movies from South by. It's a special South by Southwest edition. Really cool magazine. I read over it when I was in line for the Fall Guy, actually. So that was dope. Austin Chronicles, they give these out when you first pick up your bag. So thank you, Austin Chronicle, letting me know what's going on at South by Southwest, even though I'm already there. I went to this really cool Fallout pop-up, and they gave out coffee to some people, but I didn't get a bag. But I did get the pin. I did get a Nuka-Cola bottle cap. I have a few red ones and a black one that came from the actual top of the Nuka-Cola soda, which was really good. It was like a peach mango kind of thing, and I loved it. You can order those sodas online, but they're expensive, and I don't know if they're actually going to be in stores. So the two that I got for free were great. I'll probably never have them again, but they were really good. If you can get Nuka-Cola soda, you see it somewhere, and it's like the orange-looking bottle with the pink label, get it. It tastes really fucking good, and maybe it'll have a QR code on your Nuka-Cola bottle cap, which I thought was awesome. They also give out bandanas. I tried wrangling a bull, and I fucking sucked at it. It was embarrassing. Like, I was doing really bad. I did good at the gun shooting game that they had there. Could not wrangle a bull. So just shows coordination to me. I'm not good with that stuff. Rhythm games, great at. Shooting stuff, great at. Anything where you have to like throw a rope or do something at a thing that I've never tried, I will immediately fail at. Actually, I'm not that bad at axe throwing though, which is funny that I can't throw a rope, but I can do axe throwing. So yeah, this is the bandana I got. I went to try and go get the orange and the gray bandana later on, but they said no, you can only have one. Although I saw other people online who got multiple, so clearly they lied to me. And then I suppose the last thing, because I had a few other merch things, but I couldn't find them all. But I went to the First Omen pop-up experience, which was really short. My friend Tabo has a video. Maybe I'll message him about it if I remember to and show you guys a video. If not, it's on my Instagram. I did post the video on my Instagram by now of me doing the experience with my friend Tabo. Here's an image of us in here. You can barely see me because the image is like shrunk to the side, but Tabo is mostly in it. There's me. They basically set up a thing like, there's something happening here in this occult. Here's the information on it, and then they jump scare you and shit. That's basically the whole thing. It was cute. It takes like no longer than 5 minutes. It does say, what is this? Skiana on top right here, as if this is the file, who it's about. So I guess that's going to be who the Omen is in the new film. I haven't seen the second trailer, which I hear shows off more what the film really is. I kind of want to just surprise myself because it comes out now in like a week and a half. So we'll see. It comes with like a mini poster underneath, and then it comes with like a document about the Omen, which if you see the document's entirely blank. I think that's the joke, that we don't know anything about this demonic creature. I love that they give you the file like, this will give you information on him and you can figure it out. And there's like jack shit on it, unless like you magically can like read behind it, or there's like a certain lighting that can make you see what the answers actually say. That'd be cool if that's how that was. I'll have to look into that. I fucking doubt it, but funny gimmick thing. It was cool. I didn't get jump scared because I don't get scared. I also looked around to like, where the jump scare is going to be, and I immediately figured it out within like 5 seconds. So yeah, a fun little experience. It was cool to get to do all of those things and, you know, get some really cool merch. And we're already 20 minutes into this video, so let's get to the thing you really want to talk about, which is the fucking movies. I saw a lot of movies, guys. I saw 24 of them, to be exact. That's quite a bit of movies. And I had a great time. So I only disliked one film, so we will begin with that. But I basically would say, like, one film I really, really disliked, and then I got, like, a bunch of, like, pretty decent, okay to pretty good films. Then I got my great films, and then I have, like, my top, like, 5 to 6, where I'm like, these are the fucking films to really be talking about that I think a lot of people are going to have fun with when they come out, and I really want to discuss and talk about with people. So, I suppose let's begin right here, starting with my number 24 film, the one film that I really disliked, called The Moo Guy. This is a film directed by a director named John Bell. It's a horror film I kind of went last minute into seeing. I thought I had heard good things about it. Turns out I was hearing good things about the short film that the same director made that this was based on. The title of the short film, also The Moo Guy, had apparently premiered at South by Southwest, and this is the feature film version of it, and it just was not fucking good at all. Honestly, I thought it was a pretty horrible film. I don't want to, like, completely badmouth the director, especially when I can tell that they tried to make an independent horror film that they had some connection to. It is based on an actual cultural thing, I believe, in Australia, and to apparently a Native American, from what I read about online. It seemed like a good setup for a horror film. The first 10 minutes I was like, this looks pretty cheap, but I could see this going an interesting way, and it just didn't do it for me. I'm really sad, because the whole time I was like, this is so not good. The film didn't even sell out. It was its second showing or third showing here already at South by, and there was only like 20, not like 20, there was like 30 or 40 people in the theater, but it did not fill up. And I suspect for a reason people looked online and saw it was horribly reviewed. It was probably the worst reviewed film of the fest. It had already played at Sundance to bad reviews, and I guess I just didn't keep up with it. But I mean, I was destined to see one film I really didn't like here, so I suppose it's a bummer to say. I gave the film a 2 out of 10. I really didn't like it, but I can tell that they tried. That's why I wouldn't horribly badmouth it, even though I found there to be like almost no redeeming qualities to the film. I at least could tell that John Bell had tried to make a good movie, and the cast was really trying. It also just has an unlikable as fuck lead. Oh my god. I was like, I know you're the mother and I should be rooting for you, but I kind of want your character to die. You're such a fucking mean person to everyone. And maybe that's how the character's meant to be set up, and you're like, how do we feel about her? Do we trust her? And it's like, well, no, I actually don't trust her, because aside from the fact that she's telling the truth about these horrible visions she sees and no one believes her, you know, the cliche in movies where it's like, the husband's like, no, you're just going crazy. You're okay, actually. Like, you're just going crazy. We need to get you some help. Like, because there's actually nothing going on. And then they're like, oh shit, there's actually stuff going on. And I just was like so fucking done with it at that point in the movie. And yeah, the lead, besides the fact that you wouldn't know, like, is she going crazy or there's something actually happening? There is something actually happening and people just don't believe her. But besides that, she's just an unlikable lead who does numerous things where I'm like, this is an awful thing that I don't think I would do. I know I should be rooting for you, but you're very unlikable. So yeah, that's my number 24. I don't want to talk about it a lot because otherwise I would just be bad-mouthing it for the whole time. I did not find much redeeming about it, to be honest, but I did see one review saying that they found it to be pretty charming and had a few jump scares that did affect them. I can't agree with that, but I did see at least one review that wasn't negative. Everyone else I know, though, that I follow on Letterboxd or even saw Rotten Tomatoes reviews of, it seemed that most people really, really did not like it, including me. Now my number 23 film, I just showed you a poster of it a second ago. That is Roadhouse. We're in the pretty good section already, because I don't hate this. I guess we're in the okay section. This is barely a 6 out of 10 film for me, barely like what you would consider fresh on Rotten Tomatoes or a minimally positive score, aiming more positive than negative. it's very much barely teetering that edge, because it's such a meh film, but it is so much fun with a crowd. Which, in a lot of ways, I know people are saying, like, it should be put in theaters because it's meant to be seen with a crowd. But also, the only reason that it's going to play really well with a crowd is if you're in a sold out theater. If this film did go to theaters, I'm not saying people wouldn't go show up for it. I'm sure if it came out this week on Friday and they had marketed it for 2 months, if I went to my IMAX theater to see it, there would be 30 people out of like the 200 seat theater in my IMAX theaters near me, or even in a Dolby theater, maybe like 30 to 40 people. It wouldn't sell out. You would get minor reactions, but because it was so fun with the crowd there, I wanted to at least minimally give it some positive things. It is 2 hours. It could be cut by like 15 minutes, but simultaneously, I say that it needs to be like 30 minutes longer so it can explore these relationships. We have relationships with characters, Jake Gyllenhaal and Daniela Melchior, who kind of form like a romance you're supposed to feel, and you don't feel it at all when it goes right, and in parts where it goes wrong, you just don't really feel it because you don't know jack shit about Daniela Melchior's character. I don't know anything about her. She's a nurse. Her dad's a cop. The cop is slightly untrustworthy, I guess. We don't really know much about her. She likes him. Yay! Daniela Melchior, I hope she gets like better roles because she's great. If you've seen The Suicide Squad, she's proven to be great, but she just doesn't get much to do here. The action's 50-50. They sometimes do CGI punches and like green screen wall slams and shit, and I was just like, that's weird that it's CGI here. And then other times it looks really good and it's not CGI. Then there's also like the first hour and a half is all like kind of fist fighting, boxing, and shooting. And the last 30 minutes they're like, no, we need a ridiculous CGI fucking boat chase with Conor McGregor on a boat. Also, Conor McGregor. Q&A for this was fucking hilarious because he basically just interrupted everybody talking the entire time, and half the time because he speaks so fast and was partly drunk and because of his accent. You didn't know really what the fuck he was saying half the time, which I thought was really funny. At least the audience also found it really funny. It really was. I had a fun time watching Roadhouse, though, with the crowd. There's some laughs, some decent action moments. The final kill of the movie is pretty badass. And Jake Gyllenhaal, even though he's kind of playing it very mellow and monotone, I do think he had a fun time making this. I think that's just how they told his character to act. I feel like Doug Lyman was like, you're a very straight guy, very quiet, a little mysterious. But he's not mysterious in the way that, like, Patrick Swayze would fucking rip your throat out if you talked bad to him after he said, I fuck guys like you in prison, and then you flip him around and, like, hit him in the back and break his neck and then rip his throat out. You know, no crazy shit like that. He ain't Patrick Swayze, nor is he MacGruber. There's some throat punching, no throat ripping. Bummer. 0 out of 10 because no throat rips. Just being honest. Yeah, it's a decently fun film, but it is the one that left, besides The Moo Guy, which I really didn't like, it's the film that left the least impact, the least interest. It's not all that creative. It's a fun opening night film for the festival, and now that I'm already talking about it, this film has been on Netflix, on Amazon Prime for 5 days. You can watch it now. And it seems the people who are watching it now on Prime are like, it's okay, like 5 out of 10. If you saw it with a crowd, like at South by, I bet you would have more fun with it. It would automatically influence you a little bit. It didn't influence me a ton. I'm just saying it is a fun time. I would, like, if I was forced to watch it again, someone said, oh, I have to sit through Roadhouse with you, I'd be like, okay, it's not like you're torturing me. I don't have to fucking sit through Madam Web again, you know. It's Roadhouse. It's a decently fun time. I prefer the original. It's crazier, and I think it knows its strengths better than this film did. And yeah, again, this could be cut down by like 10 to 15 minutes. Talking about my number 22 film is a film that people fucking loved at the festival. I believe it won the Audience Award, if I'm not wrong, for narrative feature. To me, I'm not shocked. I knew when it ended at the Paramount, the first showing of it, and it ended with an actual standing ovation. I was like, I'll stand out of politeness, even though I thought the film was just kind of basic and okay. It's a pretty good film. I have it above Roadhouse because I think it's at least more creative and fun than Roadhouse. It's called My Dead Friend Zoe, which is a film about multiple veterans, war veteran, a woman who was in the army with her friend Zoe, and we know that her friend is clearly passed away. We don't really get the explanation of how or why until near the end of the film, although you can kind of suspect the reasoning for it. All we know is her friend has sadly passed away, and we know that she slightly feels guilty for it in some reason, and we just don't know the exact reason why, but this leaves her with PTSD and trauma more about her friend rather than just being in the army. It's a message about veterans, a message about the army. Even though I felt the PTSD message was the entire message of the movie and could feel a little forced, it was cute. I believe her name is Sonequa Martin Green is the lead actress. She was pretty good. I thought she did a damn good job, especially in the third act when it gets really emotional. The first 2 acts, I was like, this is a basic comedy with some drama and romance hints here and there. It's a very basic, straightforward, predictable film. In the last 30 minutes, it's like, oh, it actually takes such a heartwarming surprise, a deeper message, a moment where I actually was close to tearing up. Like, it almost got me really near that end. It is impactful at the end. And I think that's a reason a lot of people love it, is that ending just really hits emotionally. And there were a lot of veterans in the audience, including people from the actual cast and producers and stuff who were a veteran. It turns out the director himself was a war veteran, so someone who was actually in the army directing a film because he wanted to move on and do films, and he was even honorably discharged so he could make a film because his war leader was like, yo, you should go fucking make films. It's what you're meant to do. You're honorably discharged from the military. Go do this. This is your passion. You should live it and do that. And he made a film in respect to people he actually knew in the military, friends of his own, and I thought he did a really fun job with it. I didn't think it was that impactful. Maybe I'll have to check it out again, but I thought it was pretty basic, but a decent time at the movies nonetheless. It wasn't bad. It was just pretty good. I would say a solid 6 out of 10 on it. Next up, another solid 6 out of 10 movie. This one also just hit theaters this past weekend. Oh, well, I guess none of these movies hit theaters. Roadhouse hit Amazon Prime. But this one did come out this weekend, and it is entitled Immaculate, starring Sydney Sweeney, directed by Michael Mahan, who worked with her before on the really good TV show on Netflix that I thought was a lot of fun called Everything Sucks, which was kind of a cringe comedy thing. Not like cringy because it sucks, more like cringy, like awkward moments, you know, that awkward tension thing of when you're a teen kind of moment comedy. And I didn't like his film The Voyeurs. I did watch it, but I'll tell you what, I did like Immaculate a decent bit. There's a reason why it's not at my very bottom. I didn't hate it, didn't give it a negative review. You heard it's above Roadhouse and My Dead Friend Zoe, and that is for a reason. I thought it was pretty damn great at the end. I think it was another film like My Dead Friend Zoe where I'm like, I've seen this before. This is a pretty basic jump scare horror film. It is definitely well produced. The acting isn't bad right now. And then the last 20 minutes are like, fuck yeah. Badass woman killing a bunch of people, stabbing a nun's face in it. It's brutal as fuck. Sydney Sweeney's just going all out. She's actually giving a pretty great performance, especially in that last 25 minutes, I would say. She really steps up the game to some really dark and emotional and traumatizing shit, and I loved it. The film is on theaters now. I don't really have much to say. If I say more, I basically have to spoil the whole film for you. Maybe I'll do a spoiler review if I feel like it. I don't think I want to, really, but check it out in theaters. It's not that bad. Neon picked it up for a reason. I think it is pretty damn good. Solid 6 out of 10 film, I'd say, right here for me. Next up on my list is Arcadia. This is the first film that's not a 6 out of 10 out of my positive reviewed films. I quite liked Arcadian. Arcadian is this new Nick Cage Shudder RLJE Entertainment produced creature feature horror drama. Is the best way I can describe it. A little bit similar in a way to Quiet Place, but not exactly. I don't want to give... I guess I could say the basic story is it's a father and his 2 sons surviving kind of in this not post-apocalyptic like Mad Max kind of shit, but definitely a world where it's run down. There's not a lot of people left in areas. It's kind of secluded, again, like A Quiet Place in a lot of ways. More apocalyptic in that sense. And there's these creatures out and about that every night come around, and, just got to protect yourselves from them. It's a pretty decently dramatic film. I think Jane Martell is pretty damn great in it. He's definitely the standout in terms of the performances. He is, I would say, the lead character in a lot of ways, as well as the other brother who's actor, the name I'm forgetting, although I don't think he was anything amazing. Nick Cage, however, he's marketed as the lead. I would say he's in about 30 minutes of screen time. I'm not saying he dies. I'm just saying, there's a reason why he's not on screen as much as the 2 kids. They are definitely more taking over the lead. And I think that you should go in knowing that if you're expecting, bonkers Nick Cage fucking beating up monsters movie, it's not what you're really getting into. A little bit near the end here and there, but that's definitely not, his role in the film that you're maybe expecting. I don't want to give away what the creatures look like or act like, because I think the best part of the movie isn't the drama. The reason it's still pretty low is I think it's a pretty weak story and a basic premise that doesn't really hold to a strong suit for... It's not a great narrative. It's pretty damn basic, but I think the strong suit of the film is the creatures are fucking awesome. I liked how they moved. I liked the design of them. I liked how fucking loud they were. It was very interesting, and I just wanted more of that. It's like the first time you see a Quiet Place creature, you're like, they're pretty cool that they move by sound, but I think this design is fucking crazy. The first 2 times I saw them, I was like, this is genuinely fucking terrifying. Holy shit. And the great thing is, Shudder just put a pretty damn good horror film in theaters that is getting controversy, so I'm not going to talk about it. Late Night with the Devil in theaters, and really cool thing, they played a trailer for this there. I knew this was coming out on Shudder. I, for some reason, didn't know that it was going to theaters on April 12th. You can go see Arcadian in theaters in like 2.5, 3 weeks. And I would recommend checking it out. It was cool to see Nick Cage in person. He walked like right fucking past me when he went to go up on the stage and do a Q&A, and I was like, oh my god, Nick Cage. I would say the same about Jada Martell, but I saw him in another film there before. He also walked directly past me when I went up to the restroom at the Paramount Theater. So, and I did get to say hi to him when I walked by. So it's like, yay. Arcadian. It's a pretty damn good film. I don't want to spoil the creatures and I don't want to spoil the horror moments, but I will just say the story is pretty weak. And a very simple film at that. But I do want to see it again in theaters with friends just to see their reaction to these fucking creatures and like how they act and shit. Because I think the first time you see it, you're like, whoa, interesting. And I just really enjoyed it. Overall, I'd be like a 6.5 out of 10. This is pretty damn good. I'm curious to see how it holds up on a rewatch because I actually would go see this now that it's going to theaters and I found that out. I would go see this with some friends if they're interested to check it out again. If not, I'll go see it again. I am kind of curious to check it out again. So yeah, that's my number 24 through 20. We're about to get into the teens, the 19s, and to the 10s. And we're starting off with a film that I think a lot of people have more heard of because I saw the trailer got a decent amount of views. And it is coming to Hulu on April 12th, same day as Arcadian is going to theaters. Although this film is getting a theatrical release, pretty limited one. I hear about 200 theaters on April 5th. So you could check this out in a theater near you. It's not at every fucking theater on the planet, but I'm hearing it's going to a decent amount of theaters on April 5th, and that is called The Greatest Hitch. The Greatest Hitch? What the fuck? The Greatest Hits. A film about a woman who can time travel back to a specific moment in her past relationship where is the guy who's playing the new Superman. I'm forgetting the actor's name. David Corns, what I think is his name. But it's about a lady who can time travel back in time to specific moments in her relationship, her past relationship with Superman. Whenever she hears a specific song. She can only time travel back to that moment in time, but basically she's trying to fix something that had happened in this relationship, but on the same time that this is all going on, it kind of causes trauma to her. A little bit like my dead friend Zoe. It's a PTSD thing where you blame yourself for the death of someone. But she simultaneously is building this relationship with a character, a name I can't remember, but his name is Justin H. Min. And he's building a relationship with, or she's building a relationship with him, and it's a pretty heartwarming little character drama. I thought it was going to be more like romantic comedy level, and there's definitely some humorous moments. It definitely is romantic, but I do think it aims the more dramatic romance route. And dealing, again, a little like my dead friend Zoe, with a PTSD-related issue to someone's death. And I thought it was extremely heartwarming. I wish that it had explored the sci-fi and comedy elements of it a little better, and I wish we had had a better view of the relationship that she had with her boyfriend, because you really don't build on that. You just kind of know that it was tragic what had happened. But I think the ending of the film is pretty great. It goes in a very good, it's not like the perfect happy ending route. It ends in a route where I'm like, this is exactly where it should have ended, and I liked how it ended. I thought it was very heartwarming and charming. And it was one of those open-ended films where it's like La La Land or Past Lives, where it's like you kind of know exactly what they're saying with the ending, but also there's that heart that maybe one day there's something there that's open. And I really enjoy movies like that are just that heartwarming, and this one was. Another movie, by the way, where they apparently were giving out shirts, and I didn't even see it. And when I went to go check back like 5 minutes later, because I went to go hop in line for Civil War after I saw this, I went to go back with another guy to check, and the shirts were all gone. I was like, how the fuck did I miss shirts? My friend Tavo got a shirt, and they were pretty cool design shirts. They had like the greatest hits. They had like headphones with like a lightning bolt in the middle, and there was different color shirts and sizes and shaped shirts you can get. I saw people with long sleeve ones. I saw like tank top ones. I was like, these are fucking dope. I wish I would have fucking saw it when I walked out. I walked out like right in the middle of the Q&A so I could get in line quickly to go see, or get in line quickly so I could go get in line for Civil War because I didn't get an express pass for it. And I was like, guess I missed some shirts. I'm a little upset, but next year I will never miss merch. Literally after it happened with Fall Guy and then Greatest Hits, I was like, fuck it. Anytime I walk out, I'm looking everywhere before I walk away for merch. And then the next 3 times I went to the Paramount, I got merch for everything they had. So I was like, gotta be on the lookout. Oh, there's one more thing I didn't show because it was far away. Really quick. We'll get to this movie in a bit, but I got some stickers. So I'll show them more off when I get to that movie. But yeah, that's my number 19, Greatest Hits. A solid 7 out of 10. My first 7 out of 10 on the list. I thought it was pretty damn good, even with Not necessarily the strongest story, and I wish it moved a little better and explored more of the sci-fi element of how the time travel here worked. But it was fun. It is a great premise. Definitely a fun film that I think a lot of people enjoyed, and I also quite enjoyed. My number 18, one I watched with a screening link. It was my friend Angia's favorite film, so shout out to it. It's called We Were Dangerous, which is about three delinquent girls in 1952 in New Zealand who are kind of just casted aside during an actual in the public system, in the political system in New Zealand at the time. I honestly don't know much to describe about this film because it is such a simple premise hanging with these three girls. It is heartwarming. It's definitely a bit emotional. It's very short. I think the standout of the film is it's not really amazingly directed or written. It's like a pretty good film, but the fucking performances are great. I cannot remember the actresses' names like right now off the top of my head. My friend Angie would know them because she loves them. Anytime she finds like a bias to a small actor, she likes one of the main girls in the film. Is from the show The Wilds, and she loves The Wilds. Angie loves that show. At least the first season for sure. She loved that show. So I know that she was definitely wanting to see this one, but I know she'll probably know all the actors, the directors, and all the people's names on this film. I thought it was a heartwarming film. Definitely a really good tale film, around the same level of quality, I thought, from The Greatest Hits, where I was like, it's not the strongest story, but it is effective in the end of its narrative. I don't even want to spoil how it ends on this one especially, but I did find it to be quite heartwarming. I think this one's going to movie because when my friend, apparently movies that Movie is picking up or had like produced or have distribution from, because there's a few like foreign films and the movie Gasoline Rainbow, apparently in the lobby there were bags that had the Movie tote bag on them. These bags, from what Angie said, were in the seats for this theater, so perhaps it's going to Movie. I don't know. I'll have to do more research on that. Taika Waititi did produce the film though, so I would expect, with the pretty positive reviews that it got, with how good the cast is, I will say the cast is the reason to see this. They are really good, all three of the main leads. And on top of that, it's just a pretty heartwarming film. I would assume that it would get distribution eventually. So maybe it is going to Movie. I'm not 100% sure of that. But I found this film heartwarming. I would also give this one a 7 out of 10. One of my most anticipated films of the fest now, my number 17, is going to be Azrael. This stars Samara Weaving in a badass female action revenge role. Really, there is no premise here. Even the writer Simon Barrett, who you might know, who wrote You're Next and The Guest and the Blair Witch film, he works with Adam Wingard a lot. He also did his own directed VHS segments in VHS 2 and VHS 94. He wrote this film. He did not direct it. It was directed by E.L. Katz, the director of the 2013 film Cheap Thrills, which I think is a pretty damn fun film. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I think it might still be on Netflix. Anytime I watched it, it was always on Netflix when I was like 15 when I first checked it out. But yeah, this is a film. Azrael is about a woman who is being hunted in the woods. Her lover, we know it's a significant other. We don't know much about him because there is no dialogue, and it's immediately you're thrown into the situation. He is pretty much kidnapped, and you don't really know what's happened to him, but all you know is this girl right here, which I believe the character is Azrael. Well, Azrael's the demon, so I don't know if that's supposed to be her character. You don't even know if this is the good or the bad person. The people that are hunting her down are actually doing it for good reason, or if they're doing it for bad reason. All you really know is she's your lead, and you will be rooting for her because you love Samara Weaving. That's what the director even said. We wanted to make a character that you would root for and follow, even though you know nothing about them. You just know they're being hunted, there's these creepy, fucked up creatures in the woods, and these women want to kill Samara Weaving's character, and you want to root for her to kick ass and get revenge, save her significant other maybe, and, get out of the situation without dying. And that's what the film is. It's a survival horror film. It's very short. There is no dialogue, but I found it... Although there's one scene with a little bit of dialogue, but basically speaking, no dialogue. I just thought it was really fucking cool. I didn't think there was anything amazing. There's a reason, again, why it's kind of low on my list. It would make a great double feature with Arcadian, because you got two different types of survival, horror, thriller, dramas in there. I did love how this film ended, though. I thought the ending was pretty badass, I will say that. But even though I didn't find this film to be anything great, I did think it was very interesting and entertaining. Samara Weaving always does a good job. My friend Angia says, anytime there's a girl, a famous actress, who is covered in blood and kills people by the end of the film, at least minimally, it's got to be pretty good. Immaculate, Azrael, Ready or Not, any movie, I swear to God, is what she says. Azrael's one of them. She's not wrong about that streak so far. I thought it was a pretty damn good film. Solid 7 out of 10 film for me, I would say. Now, coming into my number 16, guys, I have to admit... Wrong side. Guys, I have to admit, I'm an August Moon fan now, guys. I love me my rip off One Direction, Harry Styles fanfic bands. For people who don't know, The Idea of You is actually truly based on a fan fiction about Harry Styles, apparently. But it is pretty well adapted. It is a fun film. Michael Showalter, I should have not doubted. I got to sit front row for this one, so I got to look like right at Michael Showalter. He looked at me a lot during the interview, the Q&A at the end. And I was like right there with Anne Hathaway and all of them. It was so fucking crazy. I was front row for this film. I actually couldn't believe it because I knew this one was going to be not as big as Fall Guy or Monkey Man, but of the headliners, it was probably the third or fourth biggest headliner. So the fact that I got front row seating for it, and by the way, I should say really quick, front row in the Paramount Theater, not that bad. You're not like this. It's more like just like an average, like slightly tilt your head up and you can lay back a little, you know? It's not the worst. I've sat in way worse front rows before. I sat in a front row for Pitch Perfect 3 and fucking Rebel Wilson's face looked like this. If I like tilted up and was like, she looked like a demon half the film. Sorry, Rebel Wilson. And Anna Kendrick, she also looked like a demon during it. Any of them, really. When they had close-ups, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is so weird. So sitting front row at the Paramount Theater, not bad. And this is also where I saw Sean Chandler. I believe he got to go with his wife to this one, which was really cool. I'll say it. I really did enjoy the Idea of You. I think my review on Letterboxd was, this is corny, like so fucking corny, like so fucking stupid. I can't believe this was made. It was so corny. I really liked it. Because, like, it's so corny. It's such a ridiculous thing. There's so many, like, moments where it's, like, the obvious, like, cringy sex scene where you're like, ooh, she's actually gonna fly out there to meet him, and then she's just like, hey there, and then she, like, gets, like, naked and they're about to fuck, and you're like, it's just, oh, it's so, like, ridiculous and kind of cringy, but it's, like, it is, like, two hot actors, you can't deny it, like, going at it, and they do have good chemistry. I'm actually shocked to say Anne Hathaway's funny, Nicholas Goutson's funny. It's a charming romantic comedy that, I will say, it is, like, an hour and 55 minutes. I could see it being cut, like, 10 minutes, but I had a fun time with it. It comes out May 2nd. I liked the August Moon songs. They were corny as they were. They did feel like boy band songs that I would actually hear from, like, the mid-2000s to, like, One Direction time in the early 2010s, you know? It felt believable enough. So they were getting their tone right, and I enjoyed this film quite a bit. Another 7 out of 10 film for me. That was my number 16. My number 15 was a film that I had it ranked down at like my number like 21. And then I think it's because this film won. I don't know how this got the slate here, but for some reason South by Southwest was like, let's have the premiere in the Paramount Theater. Let's do the shit at like a 10 a.m. This film should have been like an 11 p.m. film at like the Paramount. Like, I do think it would work at the Paramount if they built up more buzz about it and they put it at like a late night showtime. I'm not saying everyone would have showed up as well, but the theater won. This is the only movie in the Paramount that at least I went to that not every seat was taken. There was about, I'd probably say about 150 to 200 seats left open in this it's a 1,200 seat theater, but there was at least 200 seats open throughout the entire thing. So it did not sell out, which is crazy because, you know, you got Shamik Moore there, Paul Scheer there, Paul Reiser there, Susan Sarandon there, Oscar-winning Susan Sarandon there. They're all there. This film is a bowling comedy directed by these two brothers. I think they're like the Lester brothers. I think their last name is Lester, from what I last checked before I started this video. It's a comedy that I wasn't sure. I knew it was a comedy going in. I knew it was a bowling comedy. I was like, what does that mean? What is the tone really going to be? Within 15 minutes, I was like, this is the tone of like Kingpin, the bowling movie. Like that basic look and idea with some slapstick humor. But the actual kind of comedy was the comedy of Scary Movie 1 and 2 by the Wayans. This felt like a film that the Wayans would have done in like 2004. And if you like those kind of films where it's like 30 to 45 second long scenes, jokes every like 10 seconds, even if they're background jokes, slapstick jokes, in-your-face jokes, actual like sponsorship jokes, pop culture reference jokes, they are throwing them at you. And this film is just a laugh riot. I can't lie, I think I at least laughed 30 to 35 times in the film. They weren't grand belly laughs, but I was like, pretty funny moments. Like, I was consistently laughing throughout. And I think as a film that just, this film wasn't well made. I honestly will admit, it's not like the best made film. It looks cheapish. There are continuity errors. There's a few ADR lines where I was like, that was so fucking ADR. That looked terrible. I don't really care. I had so much fun with it. I think even like over time, I could see myself getting drunk and watching this with my friends. I think my friends are going to love this film because it is just a laugh out loud, riot, fast paced, goofball comedy that feels like the Wayans would have done it back in the day. and I just super enjoyed it. I can't even lie. For me, it's a 7 out of 10. I don't really want to spoil the tone. I think I basically told you the tone, but leave everything open. Basic premise in that level, it's like Happy Gilmore with bowling, and it has Shamik Moore at the lead. That's all you really got to know. If you know the tone, you know the basic story premise is like Happy Gilmore, and it has Kingpin slapstick vibes. You know the mesh of everything. You know what it's going to be like now. That's all I can really recommend to you. You'll know within like 10 minutes if you like it. Even the guy who curated and came out on stage was like, within the first 15 minutes, if you're not laughing, this film's just not for you. Let's be real. It's definitely for a very specific audience, and one of those people was me. I laughed quite a lot during The Gutter. Solid 7 out of 10. Now we're on to a film that I almost gave an 8 out of 10 at one point, and now that I think I brought it down because this film is a bit of an all, like, how do I word this? An all over the place film. It really is. I think on a narrative level, it makes sense, but also on some other levels, it doesn't really make sense, the message they're trying to make. I think it's a message about women and their bodies and how the purpose of a woman and what it's like to be a mother is what they were kind of trying to say, but simultaneously trying to do a message about animals and how we could treat people in general like animals. That or it could have just been a weird scientific horror, campy horror film that they were just really trying to go fucking all out crazy with. And speaking of crazy, this movie is Cuckoo. That's right, I'm talking about the movie Cuckoo. Not that the movie's Cuckoo. The movie itself is called Cuckoo. I don't know if I made that address. I did show off the Hunter Schafer magazine. That was really fucking dope. I do believe this is like one of the coolest things that I got out of all the festival experiences was the Hunter Schafer magazine with this close-up image of Hunter Schafer covered in blood, which is kind of awesome. This is a tall zine, by the way. I just want to say, like, this is how big it is. It's at least about like a foot and a half, like about 1.9 long. It's nearly 2 feet long of a fucking magazine. It's dope though. This film I heard premiered at the Berlin Film Festival to mostly positive but a little bit of negative reviews. And I was curious because it's like I heard people saying it was like it's more of a campy horror comedy. Then I heard people say like I think people think it was supposed to be a campy horror comedy, but really it is a straight up horror film that's just made poorly, that it feels campy. And then I've heard all the things. I do believe that they were going for a mostly horror tone with some campy elements here and there that would provide some laughs. Like Dan Stevens, he's acting in a ridiculous campy horror film. Hunter Schafer is acting in scenes like she's in a horror comedy where she has some really funny moments like, do you see this fucking guy? Do you see how he's acting? He's weird. It was like a funny moment. There are funny moments here and there that she does in the film, but she really is giving a great performance in what mostly feels like a genuine horror film. I don't want to spoil like what the twist is and like what it's really about. I'll just say a family, a father, Hunter Schafer moves in with her family, her father and her like stepmother and her stepsister, who's like a really young deaf girl. So she moves in with them because we know clearly something happened to her mom and she's not able to live with her mom. So Hunter Schafer is kind of traumatized, listens to music. She doesn't really want to move here. The main guy who's running this place, this resort that they go to stay at, where the parents are actually working to build new houses and stuff, is Dan Stevens, and he's a fucking weirdo. And she just doesn't really want to be here. And it expands to weirder shit than that. Stuff that is pretty cuckoo. I will not... Fuck, there's so many puns that people are going to do in this review. If people love this movie, they're going to have some reviews like, it really is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs during this whole film. I don't fucking know. There was a cuckoo clock in the film. I can tell someone that. Is that a spoiler? There's a cuckoo clock in the film at one point. So automatic, 10 out of 10 that they knew to put a cuckoo clock in it. I would say that this is a really enjoyable film, actually. I'm like kind of doggy on that the story's a mess, but I had so much fun. This was like the film that when I sat down, I was like, this is just fun. I love the vibe. I love like the kind of creature, horror, killer design. I don't know really to say, they're not a creature, they're not a fucking animal. I don't know how to describe it. The main antagonistic thing that is chasing and hunting and killing people in this film, whatever they're doing, you don't really know. I liked that design a lot. I thought Hunter Schafer was great. Dan Stevens provided a lot of, again, campy laughs. He was definitely in a different movie than Hunter was in. At least it feels like it most of the time. Yeah, in terms of the horror films with the Euphoria girls, I would say this one's better. I didn't see the other Euphoria girls film, which I won the fucking jury award for best narrative spotlight or narrative feature competition film, which has what's her name, Barbie Ferreira in it, who is also from Euphoria. So apparently she had the best film from what I'm hearing. But I really enjoyed Cuckoo, even more than Immaculate. I found it very entertaining. Cuckoo apparently will be getting a theatrical wide release in the middle of May. I believe the same week The Fall Guy, May 12th. So I would like to go check it out again. Maybe I'll actually come to a definitive conclusion, because I just had a blast watching it, but that could have been the crowd I was in with. I do think this one could have been an influence. It was fun to watch at like 10:30 at like not 10:30 at 10 p.m. at night. It was a really fun crowd watch. And again, some dope merch they gave out. I love this magazine. I'm being serious. It's really cool. For me, solid 7.5 out of 10. At one point I actually did have it rated at like a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I think I brought it down to like a 3.5 out of 5, but I did really quite enjoy it. I do need to see it again. So yeah, which one was that? Not my 24, 23, 22, 21, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. My 14, my number 14. We're almost getting to the top 10, guys. Oh my god, the video's already fucking an hour. My number 13 was a film that was a last-minute decision. I suffered through the Muga, and I was like, okay, the next film, the original plan was to go to a restaurant, because we had 5 hours until our next film, and we were going to go watch the film The Uninvited. Then I started to hear really mixed things about The Uninvited. I didn't really want to stay in the area, and I'm like, I haven't been to Alamo a lot. I can get food there. Let's see what they're playing on the schedule, because I had to take a film on my list. I was like, maybe they have Grand Theft Hamlet or like Family, that horror film that I wanted to see going on. And great news, my number 13 film is neither of those films. It's a film called Toll. At 6 p.m., we moved. We immediately went to Alamo Drafthouse after the Moo Guy, and we really hated it. My friend slept during this one because he was so goddamn tired, even though he liked what he saw of the film. I really like this film. This is my first film that I would say is like even kind of great at this festival. It is a Brazilian drama film called Toll, which is a movie about a mother named Shellen who works at a toll booth as a toll booth attendant. You know, when they drive by tolls, you scan someone's number, you let them through, they go through the toll. Very simple. That's where she works, but you find out that she has a son who happens to be a gay son, and she's kind of uncomfortable that her son is gay and posting videos of him on like TikTok and Instagram of him doing dances and French musical performances with all this makeup and weird lighting, and she doesn't really like that her son is gay. She's uncomfortable by the idea of it, as a lot of mothers in foreign countries would be, and I do think that this is a message easily on the state of homophobia and kind of getting comfortable with your parents. It's kind of a sad film, that it's like a part thriller, part family film, part comedy. There's some funny moments in here. I think the comedy is in a specific way used uncomfortable comedy. Not that it's actually like you're laughing with the movie, you're kind of laughing at the movie because they want you to laugh at these specific things that are so fucking terrible. But basically, the mom is uncomfortable with the son being gay. She wants to send him to do this gay conversion therapy thing that is happening at this church that they go to, with the father of the church kind of being like, hey, I have this program where I can convert all these people who believe that they are gay or queer and turn them straight. And the therapy scenes, those are the funny scenes, because it's so fucking ridiculous how this person believes that they can actually make people spend like $3,000 they don't have to actually convert their children into being straight from gay therapy. And all the stuff they do is like so ridiculous. Like, you have this clay here, mold this clay that is shaped like a penis into a vagina, and you women shape the vagina into a penis. And now you can look at it and know that that's the thing you're meant to love. Like, it's such overly dramatic shit, and none of it you can tell is going to work. They even completely, like, devoid the purpose, like, sure, it's working. The mom put a lot of money to it. Now, here's the thing you're wondering about Toll. How is the mom getting money? This is a really poor family. It almost plays like a Sean Baker film, with how everyone in the film is poor, and it's like a day in the life kind of film, like Sean Baker would do with Red Rocket or Florida Project. The mom is dating a boyfriend who ends up working for a gang that steals people's watches and their jewelry. This isn't spoilers. This is like all in the synopsis, basically. Who steals their watches and jewelry to trade in for money. And she's like, oh my god, I work at the toll booth. I can give you, when people drive by, I notice they have a watch. You can go rob them off to this corner where no one will notice, and you can get money. And so that's how she is funding money for her son's gay conversion therapy camp thing. Again, it's just, I don't want to get further into it than that. There's a bunch of different storylines going on. There's the boyfriend with the gang going on. There's the mom as the toll booth attendant who's depressed about her son and has a lot of other family issues going on with her job and with trying to get his son into the gay therapy conversion camp. And she's already poor and constantly tired and depressed. And then you have the son, who is really the heart and soul of this film. I cannot remember the character's name right now to save my fucking life. I remember that the mom's name was Shellen because they kept saying it. But the son was the heart and soul of the film. All his scenes were really heartwarming. He meets a character that he even falls in love with, and by the end you kind of get that fuck you mom moment for sending me to this camp. And the movie ends in a way that's not happy nor sad. It's just kind of an uncomfortable ending that you really know what they're trying to say. The director even came on stage for the Q&A. The director and the cast were all still there. I think this was like the third showing of it, and apparently it played at, I believe, TIFF. I think it had played at TIFF from what they were talking about first before it came here. And I just loved it. I thought it was a great day in the life drama. I would want to check this one out again. I hope it gets distribution. They didn't talk about any distribution rights, even though some people asked. They were like, we do have something happening, is what they were saying with it. So I could see it getting distributed eventually soon. I believe the director did another film called, I think it's called Charcoal. I'm not actually sure the name, but it has the same actress who played the mom in this. And I'm curious to see this other director's work. If it's anything like this, I think I would really enjoy it. Toll, great film. Check it out. Heartwarming, funny, emotional, sad, fucked up. Even has some thriller moments with the gang, and I won't say what happens with it, but it even gets intense at some points. So I really, really enjoyed Toll. That is my number 13. I really hope people go and check it out. All right. I'm going to move over my thing in the background because... No! Now the video's inconsistent. My phone fell over, no. I was going to say I had to move stuff around so I could get my notes up. I have notes on a fucking thing in the computer in the back so I can talk about the films that I am watching. Because otherwise you guys are just going to be like, what the fuck is Zach talking about right now? Alright. Now the second half of my list. I am going to try and get through these quicker because I cannot spend another 45 fucking minutes here. Or my phone will either die or, I'll take up so much storage with this. So let's get to my number 12. It's a film directed by Bernardo Brito, who has done a lot of short films. I believe they said he did one other feature that I haven't seen, but this is a film that I was so hyped to go see because I heard Mary Louise Parker, Ayo Edebiri. As soon as I heard Ayo, I was like 100%. And when I heard Mary Louise Parker, I'm like, that's just to top it all off. Is a sci-fi drama. They say it's a sci-fi comedy drama. I would say drama is more prevalent than comedy in this film. Called Omniloop. Is about a woman who is diagnosed with a black hole inside of her chest, and basically she keeps reliving the same 5 days that she has from the moment she wakes up in the hospital to find out she has the black hole, and within those 5 days she dies. But every time right before she's about to die, she takes this pill, and we know that this pill gives her the ability to travel back to that exact point when she finds out about the black hole and relive the days of her life. And the whole point of the film kind of is her trying to figure out how she can survive. How does she figure out what this black hole is in her chest so she can live without having to live the same 5 days over and over again? And eventually it plays out kind of like a Palm Springs thing where the first 30 minutes you're like, this is a comedy. This is like a sci-fi travel comedy. But you start to feel the depression weighing in on Mary Louise Parker because she's been doing it. She's done it at least like 100 times, she says, by the time we're already introduced to her character in the movie. She knows everything that's going to happen because she's lived these same 5 days 100 times over and over again. And it's just like, it's tragic to be kind of living that life, I don't want to say where this film gets. I cried 3 times during this film. I didn't, adore the film like it's a fucking masterpiece. I do admit that it felt a little long in parts, and I wish that I almost wish it could have gotten better into the sci-fi comedy aspect, because I do think the strongest stuff in this film is the last, 45 minutes, where it is almost a full-on drama and character resurgence film, and I thought Mary Louise Parker's performance was beautiful. The ending had me tearing up like a little bitch. Definitely the most I cried during the entire festival. I can say that for a fact. I love the film. I'm almost about to tear up just remembering the ending. I hope this gets distribution because I can see it again. It is a really damn good film. Pretty damn well made. I think the director, he did a short film called Hudson Geese. I believe you could find it on YouTube. If you have not seen that short film, check that out. That will definitely give you a sense of his part comedy, part drama style. He's definitely an interesting filmmaker, and I really enjoyed that short film. That is what I had seen from him besides this. Also part of the reason I wanted to go see this, but yeah, Omniloop, I thought it was really damn good. It's not, amazing, but I thought it was pretty great, just like Toll. It was on the same level of Toll, where I have a few issues, but I do think, for the most part, it's great and really fucking heartwarming. It was my friend's, I believe, 4th favorite film of the festival, my friend Tavo. He really liked it. My friend's favorite, I didn't mention this, when I talked about my dear friend Zoe, that was his favorite film of the festival. And then we have 2 that are both high up on both of our lists that are, I believe, in his, number 2 and 3. I think this is, his number 3 or 4 spot. He really fucking dug the hell out of Omniloop, which totally understandable. It's why it's in my top half of the list, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. I thought this film was great. I cannot wait to check it out again. Coming in at my number 11 is a horror film that Shudder is producing. Apparently, they produced the director of this film's other film, which I have not seen the director's other film. Let me get the notes on this one, too, actually, because I want to remember what the name of this guy's other film is. Okay, So this film is called Oddity, directed by Damian McCarthy, and this film, what I found super interesting about it, what I found super fucking dope about it, actually, is it was just so fucking creepy. This is the film that everyone at the fest, when I went to, I didn't, it played, I believe, on the first or second night of the fest already at Alamo Drafthouse, and it had like 4 or 5 showings throughout the fest, something like that. And everyone I talked to was like, Oddity is the best like horror film. Like out of all the midnighters, this was the one. Like I heard some people talking about Family was pretty damn good. I knew people were quite praising Azrael, and that's why I saw both of those. Sorry, I didn't see Family. I wanted to, but I did see Azrael, and I saw another Midnighter that's also a festival favorite. That's at a different point. We'll get to that soon. But of the ones that were first premiering here, festival or not festival favorites, the ones that were first premiering here, Midnighters. This was the one that I heard everyone like. This film is creepy as fuck. It made them want to check out the director's previous work. Some people even said they love the director's previous work, and it's a film called Caveat, from what I'm reading, that you can watch on Shudder. I do plan to check it out soon. I actually should watch it, because apparently it has a few little connections to this film. Not that it's a direct sequel or something, but I heard it has some connections to it. So I would like to check out Caveat. But Oddity is a film about a blind woman who just a few weeks or I believe months before where this film takes place, she lost her twin sister who had died from a murder. All we know is she was murdered in her house, and we don't know by who or what or when it happened. But she works at a oddity antique shop with all these different objects and figures that are haunted and cursed. And through something, because she kind of has these like telepathic mental ability to see stuff, see the future, and see what happened, she ends up getting a hold of the person who she believes killed her sister's eyeball. This guy has a glass eye, and she has the glass eye, and she starts to see something, and she's like, now I need to go explore this person's house, because this woman who murdered her twin sister was married to this doctor, and it becomes sort of a mystery film, a horror film. Is it a paranormal thing that killed the twin sister? Is it this actual guy with the glass eye? Was there some other involvement? And all I can say is it's a great mystery and such an effective. It's slow burn, but it doesn't ever feel boring or slow. All I can say is there are 3 moments of this movie, 3 specific moments. One near the very beginning of the film, one that it's a flashback scene that happens in the middle of the film, and then one right at the end where I'm like, chills. Some such scary shit. And the lead performance by the actor, I don't know the actress who plays the main woman, the blind woman in the film, but she was great. I don't think these are any big name know-it-all actors, like people you know. All I can say is I saw Shudder was producing it. I don't know when the fuck it's getting a release date, but please check it out. If it gets a theater release like Arcadian and How Late Night with the Devil did, see it in a theater anywhere. It is fucking intense. I thought it was very bone-chilling. And yeah, we're into the point of the fest. Like, even, I love Toll and Omniloop, but this is the first film where I was just like, it's great, and I cannot wait to see that shit again, like, right now. Oddity, 8 out of 10. That's my number 11 spot. Guys, we made it. We made it to my top 10. I can breathe. We could slow down and dramatically talk about the... I'm kidding, I'm going to go fast because I don't want to be here long. But we could talk about my top 10 of the festival, the shit that I loved. And let's kick it off with my number 10. Involving these stickers. So you probably saw the stickers when I quickly held them by. You may have seen people online with them. A24 does like cool stuff with their logo. And so for this movie, Civil War, they did stickers that are shaped to be A24, but in the shape of different army soldier toy dudes. Like, Army toys, everyone's seen Army soldier toys in stores or somewhere. Maybe most iconically known as the Army toys from Toy Story. They're used so well in those movies. I love those stickers. I've already put one on my laptop, one on my door, and one on my desktop computer right here. I honestly don't know anywhere else to put anymore. They came with like 10 in each pack, so I might give them out to friends if they see the movie and like it, or if they just want an A24 sticker somewhere, I can give them one of those. They're pretty cool. One of the coolest merch things, because stickers are always awesome, and honestly, I bet you one day they're going to sell like a pack of these stickers maybe on their website for like $5 or $10 a pack. The fact that I got it for free, it's fucking awesome. Shout out A24. They make the best films all the time, I swear to God. Civil War. People, I know this isn't a lot of people's like top 3, some people's number 1 of the fest. I talked to Sean Chandler, I believe, even said this is probably his best film of the fest. Did he do a ranking video yet? I'm not sure, but I know when I talked to him very quickly, he was like, he mentioned this and The Fall Guy, were like the 2 he mentioned to me as his favorites. I think this one was his favorite. It seems like a lot of people loved it. One cool thing about the experience, I got to sit directly behind YMS, which is fucking awesome. I got to talk to him a teeny bit. And then I got to sit through a film that I was very worried about. I didn't think the trailer looked great. I didn't care that it was getting political at all. There was nothing about the trailer that super interested me, really. The only thing that would have interested me is, like, Alex Garland's a part of the film, and who doesn't love Alex Garland? He made Ex Machina and Annihilation. Dude's the fucking goat. But he also happened to make Men for A24 pretty recently, which I really did not like. I was hyped for it, and it just... There are parts I like of Men. Good score, good cinematography. It just falls on its fucking face, I think, with its story and that ending. I can't even lie. But Civil War. Whew, stressed thinking about it. This movie was just a stressful film the entire time. I just felt sad, uncomfortable, and stressed. That's what the whole film is going for, and fuck does it succeed at it. I honestly don't know a better way to describe this film than just it's purely anxiety-inducing and stressful, especially that last 30 minutes. It's not political, it's more apolitical. It's a film, logically, that's just about these war photojournalists who are taking photos during this we basically get the basic premise. There's a setup here. The Army, the U.S. military is going against Texas and California. They won the fights against them. Those people are fucking killed. Those states are basically down to ash. And then they want to go against the president because due to political things going on in the world, there's basically a civil war going on entirely within the U.S. And there's no states are at war with each other. The president is at war with this other group in the U.S. I forget the name of it. Not the military. The military's on his side, but like another part of the military, their own branch that just wants to kill the president. They literally want to execute him because he is causing awful shit to happen. And it is just this film where photojournalists are thrown at the scene of numerous murders, numerous parts of explosions and bombings, tons of gun violence. It's just a very intense film that is guaranteed to stress the fuck out of you. It has an emotional ending. I thought that Kristen Dunst was pretty damn good. Kaylee Spaney was pretty good. Honestly, none of the performances I was like, you guys are Oscar-worthy, but I thought they all did a damn good job. Definitely on a technical and direction level, if anything for Oscars, this could go for. Intense. See it in IMAX. It was loud as fuck. I sat not super high up, but I sat on the upper floor of the theater, and I thought it was loud as fuck. I knew a person who sat in the front row, who I talked to after, who I follow on Letterboxd now, who said, I actually thought I was going to go deaf or throw up in the theater. It was that fucking loud at multiple points. He said that jump scares in Immaculate. There was one sniper scene where someone snipes someone from far away, and you don't, know when it's coming. It was so fucking loud that he said he actually, jumped and fell forward out of the seat and had to get back onto the seat because it was that fucking loud. I heard people near me even, yell, oh! It's loud. It's a great, intense movie. See it in a loud theater, see it in a packed theater, see it in an IMAX theater. It is worth your time in that way. Great film. The more I thought about it, the more I appreciate what it did. 8 out of 10 for me, I would say. Coming in at number 9 was a film that I was so excited for on my list. I heard about it out of Sundance. I think it had some screenings there, and it just sounded like a lot of fun. It came from Bill and Turner Ross, who, if you don't know, directed a film called Bloody Nose, Empty Pockets, which is a documentary that you think is a documentary, and then you watch it to find out that it's actually fake, and it's a narrative feature film, completely framed like a documentary. Same thing here. I honestly don't know how to describe this film. I have not much to say about it. It was just vibes, and vibes that I loved. It got a lot of laughs. I loved how the film looked. Most of the time I loved how the film looked. I loved the five characters, the cast of kids, the 3 boys and the 2 girls were all so charming. It is 5 teens going on a road trip to a party at the end of the world that's 500 miles away. They get there by van, car, boat, train. You see how the film goes, and it's just this adventure in the day in the life of exploring different areas because, they don't really love the home that they're at. They have just nothing to do there, and they want to be free before they grow up to become adults. This is them in their last years of basically being young adults, teenager, end of your reign of teenagers in the young adult era. And it's just great. I thought it was so charming. This one is going to Mubi, they said at the end of May, and so, shout out Mubi. I got that tote bag. Fuck yeah, Mubi. And I'm going to watch this again when it comes here. It had also a crazy soundtrack. I don't know how they got the rights to all these songs. Maybe it's because they only use them for only 15 to 40 seconds at times. But there's 20, I would say, well-known songs in the film that you guys have heard of. It's a lot. Great soundtrack, really charming, really funny. I wish I didn't have to rush over because this was the day we were going to go see My Dead Friend Zoe, and then Babes and Y2K. So I had a lot of films to get to at the Paramount, so we couldn't stay. But apparently people talked to the kids, the 3 of the kids in the film, all the guys in the film, and I thought they were so charming and cool in the film that I almost wish I could have talked to them after about making the film. They seemed so nice, and like they were with their actual genuine friends acting in a film together as friends, and it's such a cool thing that it got made. A lot like in a way that, you know, there's like stunt casting where you just cast people off the streets. You actually get people who you know are real and have a story to tell, and these friends had partly playing versions of themselves, an actual story to tell, and it was just such a charming and funny film and heartwarming, and I loved it, and I thought the vibes were great and the music was great. Just can't wait to check this one out again. 8 out of 10, Gasoline Rainbow. Check it out on Movie when it comes out. When it has an official date, I'll post about it on my social media because I want people to check it out. I'm going to get some water really quick. Okay. Guys, you won't believe it. I got water. Time to talk about the next 7 films. 8 films. Sorry, 8 films on this bitch. My number 8 is a documentary. So I mentioned, instead of going to see The Uninvited, I wanted to see this film, this documentary called Grand Theft Hamlet. It was on my list to go see in the morning of a second day, and I think we took it off because we wanted to just make it easier. We could all stay in the area of the Paramount for this one day. So I ended up getting Grand Theft Hamlet, and I was like, I regret it because I started to hear good things about it, and I went, you know what? The Uninvited is getting mixed reviews. I want to go to Alamo more. So after we went to go see Toll, and I knew that if we got into Toll, we'd have time to get in line because right after Toll ended, we have like an hour, 45 minutes. So the line would probably not fully fill up, and we got to go see Grand Theft Hamlet. We were like number 10 in line for Grand Theft Hamlet, so we were for sure getting in with our green cue cards. So we got, right after we got out of Toll, hopped in line, got in line for Grand Theft Hamlet, saw Grand Theft Hamlet, and it fucking was so worth the wait. This film is so charming and funny. It's so heartwarming and just well executed and well told. Basic premise is these two guys, oh my god, it's Mark and something else. Fuck, time to pull in information about it. This is why I love having notes right behind me. Alright, now I got it. So, 2 guys named Mark and Sam are playing, it's during COVID, right around early, like late 2020. These guys are on Grand Theft Auto Online, GTA 5 Online, I should say, gaming, and they go to find the stage, and they go, you know what, we should host and do an entire performance, a stage performance of Shakespeare's Hamlet within the video game GTA 5 Online. So, you know, what's going to happen? You're going to meet a lot of weird characters, people who are trying to fucking kill them and blow them up during their performance of Hamlet, and it's this like year and a half like idea of creativity and art. These 2 people, because Sam and Mark are like theater actors, that's what they would do, and right when they were about to go do their actual thing, guess what? COVID happens, they can't do it, so what's the dream? You know, we're in GTA 5 Online. No one's ever tried to do this. Let's host an actual performance of Hamlet within Grand Theft Auto. And it sounds gimmicky, like it's just going to be, oh, a lot of funny laughs. You can guess how it's going to go. And while that is like the setup gimmicky, how it is in that kind of vein for the most part, it's so much more heartwarming and really kindly felt about people who genuinely during COVID wanted to give actual performances, do art. Like Bo Burnham with Inside. What I love about Inside is he did genuinely want to return to comedy in that form. And guess what? COVID happened right when he's ready for it, and these guys were ready to get on stage, keep doing their work, and now they're unemployed, having to fucking be at home, and they're just playing GTA 5 to raise their family. So why not host Hamlet, something that they love, an actual stage performance of something they love within Grand Theft Auto, and it's so funny. There's so many weird characters they meet along the way. The actual Hamlet performance that they show bits of at the end is great. Apparently you can find the entire thing of Hamlet online, but they do plan to do a great cut version release of Hamlet that they performed eventually when this film gets distribution. I believe it doesn't have it, but speaking of, I didn't see Bob Trevino Likes It, which won the festival jury award. The jury members voted for Bob Trevino Likes It for narrative feature at the competition. Grand Theft Hamlet won the documentary one, so I was glad to see. I think I only saw this one documentary, Grand Theft Hamlet, because Gasoline Rainbow was kind of under the documentary category as it's framed like a documentary, but it is like kind of more a narrative. So the only real documentary I saw, other than Civil War, if you believe that shit's going to happen in 10 years, it might, was Grand Theft Hamlet. So honestly, so heartwarming and charming, so funny. As a person who used to play Grand Theft online a lot, it was really fun for me to see, and I really think that if this gets a distribution, whether at home or in theaters, people should go check it out. It's so charming, and if you were, wanting to do more art and creative stuff right when COVID hit and you felt that kind of depression wave, this is a film that is for you, and I think people are going to love it. Really heartwarming, really funny. Sam and Mark are hilarious people. And Sam's wife, Penny, who actually shot... The whole game, it's not like they cut in and out of the real world, the GTA Online. The whole thing is shot within GTA and framed like it, which makes it so much more charming and funny than you even expect. So yeah, 8 out of 10. This film is fucking great. I loved it. Grand Theft Hamlet. Or GTH, if you want to call it that. Coming in at my number 7, I'm shocked that this mainstream film got this high. I'll say why I was excited. Do I have the thing over here? Yeah, it's right fucking here. Okay. Ryan Gosling. I love you. I want to kiss you. No, I fucking loved Barbie last year, and I've always loved Ryan Gosling. He's always been one of my favorite like actors who I know can be funny and do awesome action and all that shit. I always knew he was funny, one of the funniest guys ever, and he proved it really last year with Ken. And now he has the Fall Guy. I saw the trailer. I was like, I love David Leitch. He makes fun movies, but I was just kind of concerned from the trailer. It looked very basic, like I'd seen it before. And while there are elements you have seen here before, it's just a fun mainstream action film. I love that it did focus in on the stunt community and stunt people. Like, it was really about the stunts. It wasn't just a film that was like, all right, here's the stunt stuff for 20 minutes because the guy is a stunt double, and there will be action scenes in the film, but the whole film really isn't about the stunts and the fact that he works as a stunt double in the film industry. Wrong. The film really does push that message forward and is about that, and I fucking love that they gave stunt people their shout out. If the stunt category at the Oscars does eventually finally happen this year, you gotta fucking at least give this film credit or nominate it, because the stunts in this film are awesome. The action in this film, the hand-to-hand combat is like pretty damn good, but the stunts are fucking, they were rocking the shit out of me at least. I thought it was, rocking the shit out of me sounds wrong. It was great though. I thought the action scenes were really good. I thought that the romantic storyline between Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling did work. I mean, the basic premise is this guy who works on a stunt set for films that Emily Blunt is even directing. He ends up getting injured, and then he kind of abandons talking out of embarrassment to Emily Blunt, who is this person that he is in love with and had kind of a small fling with, but could have been a big relationship. He falls out of it, but he gets a call to come back by Hannah Waddingham from Ted Lasso. She says, she needs you on this set. You need to come back as a stunt double. And also, something's going wrong. The actor, our lead, Aaron Taylor Johnson, with it, not playing himself, playing a guy, I can't remember the character's name, like, I fucking don't remember his name. He has a voice that's like Matthew McConaughey is what Aaron Taylor Johnson's doing in the film. But he's missing, and you need to go find him. And so Hannah Waddingham uses like this influence to say like, oh, you want to get the girl of your dreams back? Well, you can save her film by going to get this actor and figuring out what's wrong. And there's twists and turns along the way. It has like a slight mystery that's pretty predictable, but the action and comedy elements and the romance element are what really work in the film. It's 2 hours and 6 minutes. I believe this is the longest film I saw at the fest. It was only 2 hours and 6 minutes long. So there was no like 3-hour film or some crazy shit like that. Had a blast. This was the one that was the hardest for people to get into. I'm amazed I got an express pass for this because my app crashed like 5 times trying to fucking redeem it. And apparently most people who were like trying to get it were like, yeah, I couldn't even get it. It just kept crashing. My friend Tava didn't get it. He had to wait in line for 3.5 hours. My ass got it. I just got really lucky. I'm being so honest. And I'm so happy that I got it. It was fucking awesome. I loved the entire experience. It was just such a fun film and such a wild ride to be there. You could tell it was the most hyped crowd when it started. When Ryan Gosling came out on stage 2 days after he had just performed at the Oscars, you just felt the energy in the room like, holy fucking shit, it's Ken! I can't wait to see what he does in The Fall Guy. And it ended up being a way bigger hit. Critics really like it, and audiences really like it. I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy it wasn't just a piece of shit film. I thought it was even more fun than, honestly, a film that I know a lot of my friends absolutely adore and love. I think it's like a really good film. I really enjoyed it. I saw it like 5 times. I like this more than Bullet Train. I thought Fall Guy was better than Bullet Train. It's really fun. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about it. You've seen the trailer. You're probably going to go check it out in May. I think it'll do pretty good at the box office and with word of mouth. I would say 8 out of 10. Great film. Oh my god, I hate talking for a fucking hour and a half straight. Throat hurts. Alright, my number 6 film is a film that I originally wasn't going to get into to see. Because we kind of guaranteed it with my friend. You only get 3 express passes when you get the film badge. Platinum, I believe, can get up to 5, from what I know. But this one you can only get 3, which is fine. I just needed the film badge. It wasn't like I was going to go see 50 films, even if it was possible. Which it really isn't possible to see, I believe, 50. I think max you could probably push is 35 if you never stop seeing films. And take no breaks. So I saw 24 is still really impressive. But I redeemed my Express Pass in order. I was like, Y2K was my priority that night. Then I went to my dead friend Zoe because I knew it'd be pretty big. And in the morning, I believe, was this the morning? Gasling Rainbow. I honestly didn't need to book it for Gasling Rainbow. It didn't even sell out. I probably should have just booked it for this one. But I'm honestly glad that right after my dead friend Zoe, I just said, fuck it, let's not go get food. Let's hop in line, see if we can make it into this. We were at the very back of the line nearly, and we were basically one of the last 100 people let in. There were like people behind us still let in, so I'm glad we got in to see this comedy, Babes. I'm not saying it's as good as Bridesmaids, but it is in the category and contender to be a film that gets to that point where it's as close to being a film like Bridesmaids. It is funny as fuck. Alana Glazer. I read that this was a comedy family film. So my ass was like, oh, it doesn't have an MPA rating. It's coming from Neon, apparently. Like, that made me go, oh, maybe this will be R-rated. Because I found out before the movie started, Pamela Adlon, this is her directorial debut, came out and said, thank you to Neon for distributing it. And I was like, fucking Neon? I thought this was like Universal or something for the headliners. Okay, Neon. That's the first thing I was thrown at. And I was just like, it said comedy family. The film about friends and family, for sure, is an element. But my ass was like, oh, it's probably just going to be like a PG-13, lighthearted, cute. Within like 5 minutes, I was like, holy fuck, this is definitely R-rated, full-on raunch. And it's a blast. Michelle Buteau, I believe it's her name, Michelle Buteau and Alana Glazer, especially Alana Glazer as the lead, killed it. They have great chemistry. They have a great friendship. It feels genuine. It's a film that I even heard a bunch of women. Anytime I talk to mostly females who got into the film, when I talk to them in line at other movies, because you communicate with a lot of people around South by about what you liked, what you saw, what you're doing. Almost everyone, at least even if it wasn't their favorite film, they almost always said, at least in their top 2 or 3 they mentioned, was Babes. People loved Babes. And they even said, some people told me, I cried during it. It was so heartwarming and sweet. And a great movie about friendship. They're not lying. Babes is awesome. It's so fucking heartwarming and funny. It's easily the most I laughed purely, I think, at a movie at the festival. I think it got the most laughs. The gutter, little, small laughs, even though I got a lot of them. And then I have 2 films actually in my top 2 that are probably the funniest logically that I saw at the fest to me were actually the funniest. But in terms of just most out loud laughs with the crowd and me, probably Babes. It was so fucking cool. It was just so much fun, and I can't wait for people to see it. It could be the new Bridesmaids. It won't be as big as Bridesmaids, but it's on that level. It is on that track. Trust me, it's really good. People are praising it for a reason. Babes is one to keep your eye out for. Apparently, it comes out really soon on May 17th, Mother's Day. So take your mom to see it, as long as you're okay with watching some raunchy shit with your mom. Especially if you're a girl and you're 20 and you go with your mom. I could take my mom to see this, and the whole time she'd be uncomfortable watching this with me, I'm still going to go make her see it. I think she's going to love the fuck out of it. It's right up her alley for comedies, for sure. She likes raunchy comedies if they're chick flicks and more of the style of Bridesmaids or this, for sure. But typically she doesn't love raunchy comedies, but I think this is one that will work for her, for sure. It's really fucking good. And that's why it's my number 6, 8 out of 10. Alright, I got my last 2 8 out of 10 films, and they were my top 5. My number 5 film that was in my top 5 most anticipated to go see at the fest, and I'm happy it got up here, is Dev Patel, who I did run into at the bathroom upstairs because I accidentally was trying to get in, and it was the bathroom was blocked off. It wasn't blocked off. There was a woman kind of blocking it, so I just walked around her, and then as I opened the door to the bathroom, I you have to pull it open so you take a step back, and right when I did, I knocked in, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, Dev Patel. I didn't see his name like that, but I was like, it was Dev Patel. He's right behind me. I didn't realize he was 6'2" or 6'3". He's pretty tall. I wasn't aware of that for some reason. But one, cool to fucking meet Dev Patel. I mean, I only got to say hi and said I was excited for your film, and he did respond, so that was cool. Just the fact that he was there, that presence. But that's not why I love the film. I could have still shit on the film if it was awful. No, Monkey Man's a great action flick. It's funny at times. The first 40 minutes are a rush, and then it kind of slows down and gets a little messy in this 20-minute period, but it does have a scene where you're but now I know why he's going after this specific person, what the film is really about now. And the film is kind of a message on the caste system of India, which a lot of people have talked about, including Dev even mentioned on stage, and Jordan Peele kind of hinted at. Jordan Peele didn't come back up for the Q&A, but he was there for before the film to introduce it, and that was awesome that Jordan Peele was here. He bought the film and he got that shit put in theaters. Shout out to Jordan Peele, because this film, it would be fun on Netflix, but dude, this is a fucking blast in the theater. I'm glad it going to theaters. It should have been going to theaters from the beginning, and it's great that it is. So, Monkey Paw and Jordan Peele, thank you. Great action flick. I don't really want to give away much, because otherwise I would spoil it, but the action scenes are really well done, I thought. Even though there's a slow part in the middle of the film, it doesn't bore you. It feels like a really good pacing. It's going to be a crowd pleaser. The action is good. The ending is fucking awesome. Dev Patel does a good job. I cannot believe it's a directorial debut. It feels so big and grand for that. Maybe not like as amazing as like Jordan Peele's Get Out, but speaking of a directorial debut, but it's great. It's an up there film. There's a reason why it's up here in my top 5. Awesome film, and it got the longest standing ovation. And I think Dev Patel even teared up a little bit on stage how proud he was about that scenario because he was nervous to premiere it here. You can tell. Dope premiere. Monkey Man, 8 out of 10. Check it out. You probably are going to on April 5th. It comes out really soon. I cannot wait to see this shit again in a Dolby theater where it's even louder, probably. It'd be about as loud, but I get to be a little closer to the screen. I was a bit high up for this one, not at the top, but like high about where I was for Civil War. I was like a decent bit up, but I could still easily see the screen and it had a great view. Number 4, a film that I was even debating on, like maybe I won't go see it if I don't have time. I thought it was a drama. Actually, I just assumed kind of from what I could tell reading the premise and the image I saw of it, and I was like, it's probably a drama. It's actually more of a thriller and a kind of a little bit of a revenge thriller, a little bit of a relationship thriller, not really. In the Gone Girl-esque way, I would say the vibes of this movie are. It's called Magpie. It wasn't really on my radar. Daisy Ridley is in it. Gone Girl vibes. That's all I want to say. I want to get through this review quick as fuck. I was the most satisfying ending to a film. I'll say that. The last 5 minutes, I was like, yes! Fuck yes! I felt relieved, and it used a song that I love. So even though the ending was already awesome, it also had a song that I loved playing during it. And I was like, this makes it even better! It was just so hype. It's so good. It's simple as fuck, no doubt. A very simple film, and even a film with a structure that you've kind of seen before. Again, I mentioned Gone Girl for a reason. But maybe my favorite Daisy Ridley performance, I finally watched Sometimes I Think About Dying, and while I like that film just as much, I might even like her performance in this more. It's simple, but it's so fucking good. Yeah, I loved it. Magpie, my number 4, that's all I'm going to say, 8 out of 10. When it comes out closer to the time, maybe I'll do a spoiler review when it's fully out, because I do want to talk about things in this film. Hell yeah. Magpie, awesome. Daisy Ridley, fucking my queen. Finally a role that I not just like you in, but adore you in. Hell yeah. Magpie. It received some mixed reviews from critics, although it's mostly positive, but it seemed like people on Letterboxd really liked it. So at least the audiences are really attaching to it. The people in my crowd fucking ate that shit up. I heard everyone applaud walking out like that might have been the best film I've seen so far. And almost at the time, it almost was. It was definitely top 3, and it moved down by 1 because of another film I saw later after it. A film I actually saw the same day after it, like right after. It's coming up in a minute. But my number 3 isn't one I saw right after it. It's a film that I saw to avoid the Oscars. Guess what? I love watching the Oscars. I watch them every year. I heard this year was actually a good year for the Oscars. I mean, I saw a lot of the great clips from it, but I didn't see the whole thing live. Because how do I say it? I went to go see I Saw the TV Glow. I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer glow. I saw the trailer, and I was just like, I need to check this out. It looks like it's up my alley. It looks like a cool A24 film. I loved Jane Shonman's last film. I thought they made an amazing film with We're All Going to the World's Fair. And now here we are with I Saw the TV Glow, and it's a haunting, riveting horror drama that just, it blew me away. It's definitely the film that when I left the fest, I couldn't stop thinking about it. And every night that I went home from movies that day, I would be like, wow, that was really fun. And even if it was my favorite film, it was always the film that when I went to sleep and laid in bed, I was just like, oh, this was like this. This is what that meant in this context. And I was like, there was imagery I can't get out of my head. I still can't get Mr. Melancholy out of my head. I can't even lie. That scene, not leaving my head for a while. The very last scene, not leaving my head for a while. And maybe until I see it again and can get comfortable with it. I was shocked. I mean, it is PG-13, I get it. It's not super violent or inappropriate. But when I found out that this was PG-13 after I saw it, I was like, really? It's because, you know how a film like The Conjuring, you're like, I get why it's, R-rated, even though it could be PG-13, because there's no, blood in Conjuring, there's no language. It's just that dark and scary, and everything happening is so traumatizing, I suppose, that it would be R-rated. That's why I thought I Saw the TV Glow would be. But it's PG-13, and it's brutal. It creeped me out. I can't even lie. It's one of the scariest films I've seen in a while, at least to me, because it truly plays on trauma and traumatic experiences with family or something that in your childhood just isn't the same. Something's off, and you don't know exactly what. But it's also this great allegory for transgender people. I thought was really fucking well done, how they metaphorically reflected that. I won't say how, but you see the film, you'll probably figure it out pretty quickly once they introduce a plot that correlates to it in some way. And Jane Shonbrun, they themselves are transgender, and I thought they did a fucking great job at portraying it in this film and giving a great visual standpoint of how that can sometimes feel in relating to things that many other people who are transgender or are abused by friends or family, or just don't fit in and don't know how to interact with people, social anxiety people with depression. It deals with so many things and so many layers. Also, to say this, Justice Smith, never thought he was like a bad actor. I just hadn't seen him do anything really good that he's really good in general. It's not going to happen, and people might disagree with me on this. I think people are going to agree he's really good. I thought he was Oscar-worthy level performance in this. Assuming there's not a ton of performances, if this could build buzz, he's so fucking good. I'm being serious. He's wildly amazing in this film. It's my first 9 out of 10 film of the festival. I cannot wait to see it again. I was going to say it comes out May 3rd, but I believe that it comes out May... Is it May 3rd? Yeah, May 3rd, but it doesn't get its wide release until like the 17th. So 2 weeks later, it'll get its wide release, and I will see it again then. Because when it comes out May 3rd, it'll be in like 4 theaters, like LA and New York only. So I just have to wait. But great film. Please see I Saw the TV Glow. If you can tell, it's up your alley. If you know like the weird, obscure A24 films that are part horror, part drama, like Hereditary or something in that vein, this is even more slow burn obscure than those. It might not be up your alley, but just in case, keep it on your radar. Watch the trailer, see what you think, because fuck yeah. Awesome film. I cannot wait to see it. It could go up when I see it again. That's how good it is. Number 2. My original number 1. That's my impression of what's Shane's character, the Chosen from like Smosh. My original number 1. I really love this. I saw this film after my number 1 that I still have, because my number 1 is a controversial choice. People seem to kind of like it. I fucking adored it. It's the beauty about films, people. It's all the different opinions. No film was alike to anyone else. My number 2 is a film that I would argue might be the actual best thing I saw the whole fest, but I just like one connected with me more. Doesn't matter. I adore the fuck out of this film. It's going to Netflix though. I know this premiered at Sundance, and people in the crowd, some people didn't love it. I would almost say the people who I've heard don't love it are older people. I actually think that it's a great film if you're younger. It will definitely work for a younger generation because of how fast moving it is, and some of the pop culture references and humor in it are definitely more modern. Not Gen Z necessarily, but younger people related stuff, and how fast it moves. Because I saw some old people who I saw this with near the front row who I could tell were not into it, but the people who were into it were fucking into it. This might be the most fun film of the entire fest, and arguably the best film. Just generally for a crowd, and I cannot wait to see this fucking again. On Netflix, sadly, but I will watch it with a bunch of friends, because it should be. It's What's Inside. A film that I can't give a lot away. I'm actually just going to read the synopsis and leave it at that, because if I get it, they said don't spoil anything and don't tell people what really happens, because if I do, it will ruin elements of the film. A pre-wedding bachelor party, basically a pre-wedding party, descends into an existential nightmare when an estranged friend shows up with a mysterious suitcase. And I'll say in that suitcase, they kind of play a game. It's a sci-fi comedy, horror is what it's labeled. I didn't find it necessarily horrifying. I would say sci-fi comedy mystery thriller would be more suited, like a mystery film almost. Not a detective mystery, but in that vein where you have to figure stuff out. It's like a sci-fi comedy for sure. And I thought it was thrilling. I thought it was entertaining as fuck. Extremely fast-paced and like well-moving, that I almost want to see it again to see how many things click and if I can piece things together more now that I know how it ends. And just to see that ending fully impact on a rewatch is going to be great. It's that kind of film. I would almost say in a mixture, it's like... I've heard people say it's like Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I've heard some people say it's like Talk to Me. Definitely mesh those two together. It is definitely those two with a little bit of like Knives Out, Glass Onion, mystery comedy tone in there. If you mix all that together, you get kind of what What's Inside is. But again, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to talk anymore about what actually happens. The cast is great too. Really funny. I cannot fucking wait to watch this again. 9 out of 10. Great film. My final 9 out of 10 film. I think this is going to become a comfort film immediately, I could tell. A film that wasn't loved. The last film to talk about. My number fucking 1. Which would have been cool to get some merch for. Anything. A shirt or anything would have been dope. I'm sure A24, because they produced this film, on their site will put something out for it. Not Sing Sing, by the way. I didn't get to see. Fucking bummer. I didn't get to see Sing Sing or Sasquatch Sunset. But my number 1 film, which was also my like third most anticipated film of the whole fest, it was up there for sure, is Y2K, directed by Kyle Mooney. Yeah, people are really mixed on this. I totally understand why. The first act is amazing. The second act, I also found amazing. The third act, I had a blast with. I was so entertained all the way through, and I felt it so comforting and right up my alley of the kind of film that it is, a sci-fi. This is truly it's a comedy horror sci-fi. That's how I would say it. It's a comedy horror sci-fi, not sci-fi comedy horror. Like, it is comedy prominently first, with horror and sci-fi elements for sure in there. Y2K is basically about 2 high school boys who crash a party. People kind of find them to be like losers. No one really cares a shit about them. They're played by Jaden Martell and Julian Dennison. They're kind of the cliche party kid, like fit into the party kids. It's like Superbad, Booksmart, any of those setup films you've seen. That's what the first 30 minutes are like. But eventually, it is the night, New Year's Eve of 1999, meaning that right at dawn, Y2K, the rumored thing of computers exploding, AI taking over and killing everyone, shit like that all happening, a disaster beyond compare, the end of the world possibly appearing at Y2K is gonna happen. And this film shows the exact way it happened. As they kept joking on stage, this is a accurate, reoccurring vision of the events that had actually happened during Y2K. Yeah, it's about Y2K actually happening, a sci-fi disaster comedy that starts out as a party film comedy, and I fucking adored it on every level. It was funny as hell. There's a point like only 35 to 40 minutes in where I actually teared up. I was like shocked. I'm actually crying over this. I found it so heartwarming and charming. I love the cast. I will admit, messy film. The last like 4 films I mentioned on my list, arguably all better made films. But I didn't care. This was my film. This was up my alley. This is a film that I'm going to watch like fucking 3 times in theaters, and then when it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm going to watch it with the commentary, and I'm going to watch it like... I'll put it on when I go to sleep. It's that kind of comfort film. It's right up my alley. It's like Lisa Frankenstein. It received mixed reviews, but it's so fucking fun and original. I think it is more creative than people are giving it credit for. And I totally understand for the people who don't love it. It is a bit messy in its structure. I wish that even the lead characters, like Jaden Martell, Julian Dennison, and Rachel, they all have character arcs, but they're not like super strong, impactful character arcs by the ending, and you wish they had more. There's also actors in here who don't have a lot to do, who are like credited as lead cast, like Mason Gooding, Kid Leroy, Tim Heidecker, Alicia Silverstone. They're in this. They're all funny and good for what they have to do, but they just don't have enough to do. And it feels like they were sprinkled to the side. So a little messy, could have been a bit better structured. I think they could really chip up that third act. But the first 2 acts to me are perfect. I fucking was laughing so much. I loved the references. I love the vibe. I love 90s, though. I wasn't born in the 90s. I was born in 2002, but there's something about the 90s, late 80s to late 90s. That whole aesthetic from like 89 to 99 that I love. And this film does represent that in a lot of way. And the fear of Y2K actually happening done so well. And when it turns into like a violent disaster film within like next 20 minutes, I was like, this is the end. I love this too. This is the end offender. And it felt like that in a way. But in a very different way too. Like a Tamagotchi going around killing fuckers. That's what I mean. It's so up my alley. And I cannot wait to see it. It's the film I keep telling everyone about. I saw the TV Glow Y2K and It's What's Inside, and I won't stop telling people about them because it's right up my alley. Whether I'm overhyping them or not, don't give a shit. I loved them that much. And that was my South by Southwest 2024 film lineup experience. That is everything I saw. Holy shit, thank you for sticking through. If you didn't stick through this, let's be real. But if you did stick through to this, comment down below. I fart good. That's how I know you watched this whole video. I fart good. Comment that. No one's going to comment that. But if you did, that's fucking awesome. I was so glad to go to this festival. I cannot wait to go next year. I was happy with the people I met. And now if I throw this to the editing bay, here's a bunch of different photos and stuff that happened. Yay! If I didn't, then this is the ending right here. Thank you for listening. I had such a blast. Shout out again to my family, my friends, my friend Tavo and Angia, for putting up with me and going with me, Tavo, and giving rides, and everyone explaining how the shuttles work. Shout out to the Intercut podcast for giving great advice and tips for restaurants, places to go, things to do there. There really is so much to do and explore more than just films. Like, I mentioned the Fallout pop-up, the first Omen experience, the C4 Energy pop-up, the Audible pop-up. There's stuff you can do and stuff you can get. Explore more of it. Even if you're going there just for the films, as long as you get a film badge, I think as long as you get into 15 films, 10 to 15, that you really want to see, and then you go explore a bunch of other stuff and just are with a group having a great time, that badge is worth it. It really fucking is. I'm glad I saw 24 films. That's awesome. That's crazy. I expected, I told myself 18 to 20 was my goal, and I hit 24. And then I also got to do pop-ups and other stuff and hang with my friends, go to some restaurants, go to the original Plucker's Wing Bar. That was cool as fuck. Got dope merch like glow-in-the-dark light cubes and free stuff they handed out. So it is a full-on experience. I got the student discount, which gives you like half off, but the fact that I could do it was awesome. I almost want to get emotional about it because I did tear up after the experience. Like, wow, I really had a lot of people support me this way, and everyone, even when I got home and told people about it, they were like, when I told him I went to South by, my friend Jacob mentioned, I told him all the stuff about it. He goes, I knew one day you were going to have to go. You had to do something like this. It's just so up your alley. He mentioned that. And I was like, it's so fucking true. I couldn't imagine not going. And even if to some people this wasn't the best lineup, it was my first lineup. So I wouldn't really even know any better. But I had a great fucking time. I loved all the people I met in lines. I got a few people's phone numbers and people I follow on Instagram now. I got like 12 new Letterboxd followers. Like, I met a lot of really cool people who are like me and who love film, who respect the creativity and art of film. Got to meet directors. I met multiple YouTubers, like I mentioned, Intercut Podcast, YMS, the fucking Sean Chandler I got to talk to and got a picture with, which I should have put in the video. And if I didn't, again, it's all on my social media for people watching this video. Thank you for watching this video. You putting up with all my shit here. I had a great time, and it's like now 1:40 a.m. Awesome. And I'm gonna go hang up this poster and go to bed. But thank you for listening. I can't wait to talk more about these films in depth when they actually come out. Y2K, by the way, my number one film by A24, doesn't even have a release date. Apparently A24 doesn't know when they want to release it. I hope it comes out this year because I would love to see it again, but maybe it'll be like Problemista, and it will like have a date, and then they'll be like, you know what? Let's push it to next year, March, which I'm seeing Problemista in about 5 days. So once I go see that, I will do a review of that. My plans are at least to review Godzilla and Problemista at minimum this week. After that, but I am really tired, and my voice is now going to hurt because I talked for an hour and 45 minutes straight. Thank you for listening, and I will see you guys next time. South by Southwest 2024. Fuck yeah. Bye. Bye.